I need a chew. Today in Papa's shop, we're going to install an auto start eliminator in this 2023 GMC Sierra. Hopefully this will help you guys with this style of interior get your job done successfully, since there aren't very many videos out there with the Denali and AT4 interior. Water. Promise, I don't drool.
Are you sure about that?
So what we got is our auto stop eliminator. It hooks into the factory harness via these two connectors, just splits them, and has this device in the middle that controls your auto start stop. We got some pry tools right here. These will help for getting panels off. And I got some assorted zip ties. Looks like these might be a good size, but we'll go ahead and see. We have a ratchet extension and a 7mm socket. And I also have some cloths here that we can use to protect panels or lay stuff down on. The first thing we need to do is remove this panel right here. It's just a small trim panel. Should snap off really easily. The second step is a screw underneath this. We're going to remove that one 7mm screw, set those pieces aside. The next piece that we got to remove is this panel right here. This panel is the fuse cover. It's got a little spot here for your fingers to grab a hold of and pull it open. Underneath there are 3 screws, one holding this piece on, and then 2 screws lower holding this on. They're all 7mm. Once we get this panel off and those screws removed, we'll remove this panel. And then along here, we'll go ahead and pull this whole panel off. It's the one that's held on with one screw down there and a series of clips. Underneath this panel right here are 4 screws. We're going to take each of those 4 screws out and be able to tip this forward. I don't know if we're going to need a pry tool to get this off, but I'm going to try using it. Ooh, that popped off nice and easy. Just slowly work our way around.
Slow down, baby.
Get your fingers underneath it. Pop it off. Reach up under here. Pop those off. Be very gentle. We don't want to break any clips. You can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clips. They are all still attached. You want to check and make sure that they're still there and not stuck in one of these side holes right here. The next step is to remove this 7mm socket right here. Be very gentle with this hardware. We don't want to break any of it. That's why I'm not using an impact gun or a screw gun. Keep track of the size of washers on these because some of them are different sizes. Okay, next step is that fuse panel cover. Reach down inside here, pull it out. It's kind of tight, being that it's new. Well, let's see if we can use this. Afraid of breaking stuff. It's a new truck, you know, you don't want to break anything. There we go.
Nice.
Just be careful with it, take your time. Looks like there's a clip there. Yep. Again, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips. Make sure they're all installed. You got your fuses, diagram where the fuses go, and you have this fancy tool for pulling fuses in and out. The next step are these 3 7mm screws. One right there, one right there, and one right there. Now that we got those 3 screws removed, we can take off this panel right here that's in between the glove box and the door. See how nice easy pop, nice easy pop, nice easy pop. All right, look at that. One of them did not come out. 1, 2, 3. So we need to go in there and get this one and pull it out and reinstall it on here. Upon final investigation, this one did not have one on it. If you look up in here, there's a slot, but no clip inside of there. And if you turn the camera around there, honey, and look around the back side, nothing fell out. I can stick my hand up in here, and there's no spot for one of these clips or no clip that was left behind.
And I will leave no one behind.
All right, if you're like me, this is where you start to get scared. You have a big piece like this, it's fragile. You got lots of chrome, things that can scratch, and you don't want to destroy your brand new truck. So just take your time. You're going to get it live, so I'm just going to slowly, you know what, maybe if I open the glove box, that will help me. Yeah. Pop it out nice and easy. Now, I'm being very gentle with this, that's why it's taking a little time. Once it goes, it comes out pretty easy. Get in here. Look at that.
Oh, would you look at that?
All right, checking it for the clips. Looks like all the clips came off with it. I noticed that there's some spots here that look like they have to snap into little areas. So when it goes back together, we'll have to pay attention to that. So if you look here, your screw heads have different size washers on them. Too small, too bigger. And if you look, those look like they're either the small ones or in between. Keep track of what screws go where. I don't know where these go exactly, but I'm sure we'll figure it out when we go to put it back together. All right, this next step is to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 7mm bolts. I'm going to keep repeating 7mm so you remember it.
It's like repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself, repeats itself.
Here we go. Said I was getting scared with that big piece. Now we have the electronics. I have no idea how to pop this out exactly. So we're going to just work real slow. We got a microfiber towel right here to protect in case this comes down, or to lay it on as we start getting into the wiring back behind. So just be patient with me. I'd rather go about this correctly, not break anything, and show you how difficult it is or how easy it is. All right, I think I'm just being a wuss. I do know that there's some hooks in the back on this top part. We can't pull it straight out. Need to start from the bottom. Be very gentle with it. Pull it out. The clips are very strong. Man, I'm just afraid of breaking something. Okay, off camera, I played around with this a little bit because I didn't want to break it and I didn't want to waste your time. So I start with a small pry tool down low and pop this corner out. You can see that this lip right down here, where my fingers curl up underneath, I don't know if you can see that, starts to come out. I took this tool, slowly worked my way across, prying it out until all the clips came out. Now, that all those clips are undone on the bottom, this slides out and down, and you can pull it out and away from the dash of the truck. I'm going to go back over the other side and see what the wiring looks like before we start pulling on it really hard, and make sure that it's nice and clear back there for us to pull it out. All right, so now that I'm done being a wimp and we got this pulled out, we can see that our 3 clips, 4 clips, 5 clips that go into these slots are all in place. And if you look down here, the farthest one, that is the one that we're going to be taking apart or taking the wiring off of. So to do that, we take, and I'll show you on this one right here, this little red clip. It's a locking clip, and you pull it out like that. And then, get that out of my hand, you can take and squeeze and pull your connector out like that. That's just a demonstration so that you can see how we do the other one. This is not the one that you do. I just wanted to show you how easy it is. Once you put it back in, you push the lock and you'll be set. Now this is hard to see, especially on video, but we're going to pull our red tab with our fingernail and reach in there and behind the tab and slowly wiggle this out. Now we're going to go get our auto stop eliminator, plug it into this and into this, and we will move forward from there. Okay, just to make this clear, we got 1 clip here, 1 clip here, and a 3rd one over, which is loose, is the one that you're going to be working on. It should line up directly with your auto start stop switch on the outside button. All right, this bigger side right here, that's the side that the plug that comes from the truck is going to plug into right here. The smaller connector is exactly what came out of the switch panel, and this is where you're going to plug this into your switch panel. Then we're going to route this back in there somewhere nice and tidy and zip tie it so that it does not rattle around and make sounds. A lot of this might be done off camera because it's a really tight space, but we'll try to get some pictures of it and help you to see how it sits in there. All right, if you'll see back here, you got it's plugged in there. It's plugged in there on both sides. It's hard to see with all this wiring in here. See if I can move some of these out of the way. And then you have your auto start stop computer or whatever it is right here. And we're just going to tuck this in here and zip tie it so it doesn't rattle around.
Trying to get a better view for you guys because it's kind of confusing when you're looking at all these wires. But you see the one that kind of tees off right there, unlike the other ones. That is what you're going to be dealing with. And like he said earlier in the video, it is the third one in, and there's 2 rows of these wires, so there's one on the bottom and one on the top. We're talking about the one on the bottom. First clip, second clip, third clip in.
Thank you.
Now that we got this dash snap back in place, we are starting our 4 screws, getting them all started. And a little tip is you gotta bring the top down, slide in the hooks, because there's some hooks in here. Get it up underneath, get this lined up down below. Make sure your wiring isn't stuck in between here and the plastic. You can look from the side and see your clips, and then push all 4 of them in and get it to hold tight. And then you put these 4 screws in, and we'll move on to the next step. Ensuring that we got all our clips and everything's in place, we will get this in position, get it all lined up. Try not to scratch anything. Make sure it's on the outside here. Snap, snap. Make sure everything's still open. See our screw hole lines up. And it all looks good, trim's in place. All right, the next place or piece to install is the one that goes right here next to the glove box. Get it all lined up. Make sure your screw holes line up. And it just snaps into place. Okay, the next thing to do is install this screw and these 3 screws. We talked earlier about the size of the screw washers. It's fairly evident that the 2 small washers go on the outside right here. And this trim piece that goes all the way across is a big washer. And then a big washer right there. Just so you know, when you're tightening up these, there's just a little metal plastic or metal clip behind them. And I'm just going until it stops, and maybe just a little touch more, not even a quarter turn. Just go ahead and spin them in. They should go in nice and easy. Everything's lined up. Go until you feel resistance. I don't feel resistance yet. Okay, there it stopped. And literally just a little snug more. And that's plenty tight on all these interior screws so you don't break anything. Here's your side trim panel right here. Make sure all your clips are there. Come over here, line them up. Look at them as you're starting to go in. And then just lock it into place. Nice and easy. Here's your fuse panel cover. You don't want to put it on upside down, so make sure you turn it the right way. And then you got some little slots right here. And you get this top clip. So you go in at an angle, roll it in, and you can watch all these clips snap in. When you're doing a job like this, it's always important to finish it, clean it, make sure it looks good for the customer. I'm the customer, I want my car clean. Geon Interior Detailer, it's what I use, leaves no residue, evaporates, and works awesome. It's a little spendy, but well worth it, and it smells great.
Jeez.
Okay, thanks for joining us today on our adventure of putting this in. A little nerve-wracking for me, but probably not for you guys. We're going to demonstrate how it works. So when you first start up your vehicle, the auto start stop comes on.
Back of the nose and out of the other nostril to help.
So turn that on. It's going to work like normal. Auto start stop's going to come on every time you shut the vehicle on and off. If you depress that button and shut the auto start stop off, you'll see the light goes out. Shut your engine off. Go about your business, open your door, truck resets, all that good stuff. You come out from grocery shopping, you get in it, and bang, auto start stop light kicks on and then shuts right back off. You don't have to ever shut it off again. Makes it super handy because if you're like me and you grew up with hot rods, sometimes they just died in the middle of an intersection and scared the daylights out of you. I have a heart attack every time this truck shuts off because of my younger years and working with hot rods. So hopefully I won't have to deal with that anymore. I don't want to go to the hospital because of a heart attack.